Hello, Knights fans. I'm joined by a very special guest on this week's edition of the FDU Men's Basketball Report, Fairleigh Dickinson alum, NCAA basketball connoisseur on ESPN, Seth Greenberg. Coach Seth, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, really. The reason I'm here is I came to pay my old parking tickets. I had so many, they confiscated my car. About 40 years later, I came back to kind of pay my debt to society. Now, I came here to watch Coach. I was in New York yesterday for the Jimmy V Classic, and I actually had an off day from the studio today and wanted to come and watch practice. And then tonight I'm actually going to have dinner with a group of my former teammates. And this is a group that's been together for about the last 10, 12 years. About 50 guys get together every year this time of the year to celebrate the holidays and catch up. And Lee Shulman, another former player, kind of has overseen it. It'll be a blast to get together and see these guys who I haven't seen in a long time.
Great, yeah, you're back here. You didn't play inside the Rothman Center.
I didn't play inside. I was told I was going to play inside the Rothman Center. Coach Lowe actually had drawings of a fictitious Rothman Center, but we played, obviously, our games in Rutherford in the friendly confines of the Rutherford Gymnasium, and then we traveled all over the country because we weren't in a league. So we played our season. We were America's guest. We were everyone's guarantee game, basically, except for the local games we played. So it was a little bit different. It's great that they're in a league. It's great they can compete for a championship and an NCAA bid, and hopefully this team can get back to the tournament they were a couple years ago.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, you're going to meet with a couple of your teammates, played for the great Coach LaBalbo. I know you received his award at our Hall of Fame banquet a couple years back. Talk about how excited you are to meet those guys again and just the impact Coach Lowe had on you.
Yeah, Coach Lowe is an amazing guy. You know, coaching's all about helping someone get somewhere they can't get themselves. And I always wanted to coach. I picked Fairleigh Dickinson. I was a communications major, but I didn't pick Fairleigh Dickinson for the communications department, even though it's serving me well. I knew I wanted to coach, and I wanted to play for a master coach, a master teacher, a guy that could ready me for my career. Which obviously for 36 years, that's what I did. And Coach was a terrific teacher, and it's crazy because he didn't work here at the university. He taught in high school and then came over for practice. So he wasn't even on campus all day, which I can't even imagine doing in today's world. But he gave me a great foundation to pursue my dreams. He kind of built a bridge for me to cross to pursue my dream in coaching. And, it'll be great to be with that group of guys. And we've had a number of guys. We have a judge in the group. We have guys that own businesses, guys that are retired because they've been so successful. So it's going to be great. The stories will be good, and they'll be embellished. There's no doubt about it. But Coach Lowe was really important to me. He was really important to my career, and he's someone that I think of often. In fact, just even walking in Greg's office, seeing pictures of Coach, his old notes were left behind, and I had a chance to look at him today in Greg's office. And the amazing about Coach Lowe is his handwriting was impeccable. Like his scouting reports on the board were works of art. Now, if we didn't play well in the first half, that board would get destroyed, but the actual scouting report on the board was phenomenal, and I think of him often.
Yeah, you think a coach is usually having the chicken scratch, just writing something up on the dry erase board.
No, it was far from him. I mean, the scouting diagrams, the personnel, I mean, and looking at the notes, I actually have a bunch of my notes from when I played, and it's kind of fun to look at, and it'll be fun to share the stories with those guys. I mean, we're all older than dirt right now, but we still are. We're proud of the university, and we're excited about what's going on here in the basketball program.
Well, it's definitely great to have you back here. One last thing, I always see the picture up in Coach's office. Coach LaBalbo used to give a stool out. Is this true?
I have my stool. My stool is sitting right next to my desk. Coach Lowe's stool. He had to make it at his high school in the wood shop, and the stool had a picture of the court the way it was laid out back then, and it had your name on it and your year you entered school and year you're going to graduate. And I can tell you that I have in my office now, in every office I've ever coached in. It was in my office at Virginia Tech in South Florida, at Long Beach State, in a prominent place. My stool has always been, and it's kind of a tie to the past, and I keep that thing. No one sits on it, and I could sit on it. No one sits on it. It's almost like when I was at Virginia Tech, we had a VT in the middle of our hallway in our lobby, walking into the office, and players weren't allowed to step on the VT. And the stool, people don't sit on the stool, so it's my favorite Fairleigh Dickinson keepsake.
Definitely an iconic monument to have there. Well, thanks. Yeah.
It's special.
Well, thanks for your time today. I won't take it more. I'll let you get to dinner and catch up with your teammates. But good luck on ESPN and everything.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Seth. So you can catch Seth Greenberg on ESPN, always on TV there covering college basketball. And the Knights will be back on the floor next week. It'll be December 12th when they welcome Army West Point here to the Rothman Center. Catch up with all FDU basketball news at fdunites.com.